In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make objects pop up and float in Adobe Premiere Pro. We'll keep it simple and clear so you can follow along and get a smooth, floating motion for any graphic, photo, or title in your project. Start by choosing the object you want to float and place it on your timeline. Leave a small gap at the very beginning so it doesn't appear instantly. Even a fraction of a second helps create a clean, intentional pop instead of a sudden jump on frame. Click to select your object, then go to the Effect Controls panel. Under Motion, find the Position property. For many 1080p sequences, the vertical center is often around 540, but your exact numbers may vary depending on your sequence settings. To create the first pop, set the object to start slightly lower than center. For example, change the vertical position to about 600 so it sits below where you want it to float. Now look at the small timeline inside the Effect Controls panel and move the blue playhead forward by about 1 to 1.5 seconds, depending on how fast you want the motion. Change the vertical position back toward center, like 540. Premiere will automatically create keyframes when you adjust position at different times, giving you a smooth move upward. Move the playhead forward by another second to 1.5 seconds, and change the position back to 600 to dip down again. Move forward the same amount of time once more, and return it to 540. Keep repeating this pattern. Advance the playhead, then toggle the position between those two values. This creates a gentle bobbing motion that looks like the object is floating. A few notes as you work. Each time you adjust position after moving the playhead, you're defining a new point in time for the motion. The shorter the time between those points, the faster the movement feels. The longer the interval, the slower and smoother it becomes. The difference between 600 and 540 controls how high and low the float appears. If your sequence isn't 1080p, don't worry about matching these exact numbers. Use them as a guide and watch the screen to dial in what looks right. When you've set enough repeats for the duration you need, scrub through and hit play to preview. If the pop happens too quickly at the start, nudge your clip a bit later to keep that brief delay. If the float feels too dramatic, reduce the gap between your position values. If it's too subtle, increase it slightly. And that's it. That's how to make objects pop up and float in Adobe Premiere Pro.